Let's just get rid of that. Good afternoon, everybody. Let's just get this coming up on my iPad. Yep, there we go. So we'll just wait for people to come in. I'll put that on there and hope I can see some comments. Oh, some of you are coming in now. That is fabulous. Hope you're all keeping safe and not too cold. We've had quite a dumping of snow up here. I'm up in Nottinghamshire, and yes, we've had a big amount of snow. So not so good. But it looks beautiful, and luckily I didn't have to go anywhere or travel to the studio, which was good. Hi, Jacqueline. Lovely to see you too. Some more coming in now. There's Valerie. I'm trying to see all the comments and I'm not seeing them very well. And Francis. I'm trying to move this over so I can see them. Right, I'll just wait a couple of more minutes for some of you to come in and then we're going to make a start. So what I'm going to be looking at today is the Pink Frog. It's the 12 by 36 card. Now this comes in several different colours and I'm going to do it when I do the overhead so you can really see the colours that I've got. So a lot of people think, okay, 12 by 36. What does that mean in old money? Because I know a lot of you do work in old money, myself included. So at Pink Frog, you know, we give you unscored card. So by having unscored card, we can do all those fabulous card folds with one set of cards. So it just broadens what you can actually do with them, which I think is good as a crafter. You know, so if one day you fancy doing a stepper card and another day you want to do a side gatefold card, you can do. Good afternoon, Mary. So that's the nice thing about it. But basically, with Pink Frog 12 by 36, you're going to make roughly a 5 by 7 landscape. It's just a little bit underneath. When I go on the overhead, I'll show you the measurements. But the thing is, trying to get a 5 by 7 landscape isn't very easy at all. It doesn't often happen. Hi, Pam. So, you know, it's nice that we can get hold of it in lots of different colours. So I think without further ado, I'm going to pop you on my overhead camera. I'm going to put my camera in the overhead so you can see. I've tried to get my camera down as low as I can this time so you can craft along with me. Now, who caught the supplies video that I put up earlier today? So by doing that, I'm just giving you a heads up of the things to gather so you can join me and we can craft along together, which would be good. Kimberly's in. Hi, Kimberly. So Kimberly's at Pink Frog HQ. So she's on the keyboard. So if there's any questions while I'm live that I can't get to answer, just shout out, because don't worry about me carrying on crafting because Kimberly's watching in. So if there's any questions or anything you want to know about or any pricing or any products, she's happy to share those with you. Hi, Tracy. So she's there. Okay, so I think without further ado, I'm going to pop you up the top and we can get started. So just bear with me while I just turn this around. There we go. You can see my messy craft desk. I have been very busy. So can we all see? I've tried to get the camera down so we can see what's going on. Oh, I can see everybody now. That's good news. Let's just correct where I am. Might have to put my thing up a bit, but we'll see. So this is, I'm going to be working today with the tonal kit. So many of you who are familiar with Pink Frog will know about our new tonal kit. So tonal is the new colourway that we bought you just before Create and Craft went off air. So you'll see that we've got this lovely, I'm going to bring this other light in so you can really see it. There you go. Lovely light pink, which I'm going to be working with today. We've then got a light brown, which is very much like sort of it's like a cashmere, like sort of mink colour. So that's the light brown, because I know a lot of you love the true brown. And then we've got the grey, and the grey works so nicely with so many of the different colours. And that's why I like the tonal kit, because it gives you all that versatility. And then we've got dark grey as well. So this works really well if you want sort of more contemporary cards, more masculine cards, that type of thing. So you can see how the colour combinations do work so well together. But I am going to be working with pink today. But I thought before we start, you'll know when you get your unscored card from Pink Frog, for anybody who's new to Pink Frog. So, you know, don't be, just put your hands up and shout out, we're there to help. You always get your crib sheet, okay? So you always get a crib sheet with all the different folds that you can do. So I thought what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with a few of the folds, and then we're going to go into making the card that a lot of you have already seen. And then I'll come back and do a few more of the folds. Okay, I'm just trying to find my score master. So we're going to be working in centimetres today. All right. So as I can, I'm going to try and use my score master. These are out of stock on the website at the moment, but they are going to be coming back into stock very soon. So if you are interested, you know, you can always give them a shout out at Pink Frog and they'll notify you when they're back in stock, or just keep watching Pink Frog's Facebook group, okay, because it'll all be in there as well. And if you haven't signed up to the newsletter, please do. So just sign up to the Pink Frog newsletter, and the nice thing about that is you will get a special discount code every month, and that's going to give you 10% off anything on the website. So do keep an eye out on your newsletters and emails from us. So I'm going to start off because we've got 12 centimeters by 36. So by going in straight away at 18 centimeters, and yes, I'm going to give that a burnish. You've got your 5x7 approximately landscape card. And in fact, while I'm here, let's just bring the inches ruler in, because I know some of you will ask. So it's coming in at 4 3/4 in old money, and just over 7, about 7 1/8 of an inch. So you can see how this works really nicely for those landscape cards. Now, yes, you've got your landscape, but in good turn, you can also have it as a tent fold. And if I bring a lovely finished card in here, you can see this is the grey, and it works really well with that snowflake tree that we did a couple of weeks ago on the craft along. And you've got that lovely tent fold card. Okay, so that's just giving you an idea on there. Let's go in with another colour this time. Let's go in with the normal grey. So let's do a gatefold. So for this one, we're going to score at 9 centimetres in on each end. Thank you. That's right, I've just been handed a nice cup of tea. I hope you're sitting there enjoying your tea while you're watching me. So this is going to give you a lovely gatefold. Okay, so you've got those two nice panels to work on there. So you've got your lovely gatefold, and if I bring a finished sample in here to share with you, we will share these finished samples, won't we, Kim, over on the Pink Frogs Inspirations page. Hi, Susan. I hope you're feeling a lot better. I know you weren't feeling very well. I hope you're feeling better now. But here, just showing you, Karen's done this one for me. A nice little gatefold, but again, it's going to go in the envelope. No problem at all. So that's your gatefold. So let's go with a dark grey this time. Let's have a double gatefold. So a double gatefold makes it into a smaller card. So if you're conscious about posting cards abroad because of the size, you can go smaller, or if you prefer to work on smaller cards, okay, this one works really well too. So this is our double gatefold. So we're doing that to and fro. So this is the nice thing about having unscored card. It doesn't mean you're always giving a 10th fold card, a half fold card. You can give some cards with interest. So you've got that lovely double gatefold. And if I bring one in here, I think this one was made for me by Heather, the design team. You've got those lovely little panels, perfect for some die cuts. And then you've got all that inside to write on. So yes, if you're posting abroad and you want a smaller card to post, you can do that, but you can still have a card with impact, which is absolutely brilliant. Catherine saying, I hope my snow's gone. No, it hasn't, unfortunately. Today, I think, has been colder. The snow was starting to melt yesterday, but today, no, it's not melting at all. So, no, we've still got lots of snow. But there we go. That's life. And I'm going to do a trifold card. So we're going to go at 12. And then we need to do 24. Now, if you've got a small scoreboard like me, don't panic because we've done our 12. What you can do is do your half fold, butt it up to the side again, and do another one because you need 24. So this is great. If you want to make an aperture card, okay, so if you need to make an aperture card, say you do like some cross stitch sewing, anything like that, you could cut an aperture in there. You've got the backing on here for it, so if you do like your cross stitch, or you've got a stained glass window effect, but again you've got a small card, you could have it coming all the way out as a 3-fold card as well. So there's several ways you can use the trifold. And then if I bring one in here that the lovely Karen on the design team has made for me. She's done this as the trifold, but she's made it with a little pocket to hold a gift card. And yes, these are peel-offs. Karen is going to bring back the peel-off, so you can put a nice little gift card in there. You've got your little diagonal fold there to hold it, and a nice cute card for that to go. So that's your trifold. So let's look at the card that we're going to make today. So for the base, obviously I'm going to be using, because we're going to make the pop out. This is what we're going to make. We're going to do a lovely pop out with the cut-out dies. So I've got my base there. I'll just move these pieces to one side so I'm not getting confused with what I've already shared with you. And then I'm going to use another piece of the light pink. Let me just pop these cards over there out the way. So I've got my card base. Now to do a pop-out card, you do need 2, right? So you're going to do your half fold. Where are we? You're doing your half fold, and then you're going to do another fold at, or score I should say, at 9 centimetres. And that's going to be on each end. And you need to do another one at 18. I'm not going to put this score in yet because I want to die cut an aperture. And the whole thing about this card is the apertures that we're going to die cut out from this main part of the card, we're going to use on the front. So there's no waste at all. So I'm not going to put that other score line in just yet. So Let me just give these a little burnish so I know I've got those where I need to have them. And then I'm going to be bringing in my ovals with my die cutting machine. So I've got the nesting ovals that Kimberly will share with you. So they're the nesting stitched ovals. And I'm just going to bring my die cutting machine in here. Well, not my machine, it's to the side of me. So I'm going to lay this on because this is going to be the centerpiece. So I'm going to lay the biggest one on first. So let's lay that in the middle, and I will get myself some repositionable tape if I can get that out of my craft bag. I think we've got this on the website as well, haven't we, Kimberly? Hello, Denise. How are you? Oh, Kimberly's got hot chocolate. I've got a cup of tea. Anybody else got a brew with them? Do share. So I've just got some repositionable tape. I think we might still have that on the Pink Frog website, Kimberly. Mine's in a dispenser. I know it doesn't come in a dispenser. I'm just going to hold my die down because I don't want it to move. And I'm just going to pop that through my machine. So bear with me with the noise. So we'll bring that out. Okay, we'll keep those back. So you see you've got that lovely stitched detail with these dies. And then I've cut myself. Now, who did the craft along the other week when I did the cracker boxes and I used that lovely rainbow Miri? I'm going to use that again, but you could use any of the Pink Frog Miri cards, no problem at all. I've cut this again to just under that 12 centimetre measurement, okay, and I've cut it as well just within. In fact, I'm going to take a little bit more off the 18 centimetres. I'm going to take just a little tad more off, so that will sit nicely in my card. Now, what I like to do is, this is a little trick. If you pop it in where you know where it needs to be. Okay, got that in there. So I've got it in the centre of that spot. Turn it over carefully, not moving it. Take the die you wish to use. Get this all centralised. And then I'm going to put a bit of tape on there. And a little bit of tape on there. Sorry if I come out of camera shot. And I'm going to lift that away. And then that can go through my die cutting machine again. And that's going to make the panel. All right. So let's pop that through. So that's going to make our front panel. And the nice thing with the repositionable, even, can you see, even on the Miri card, it does not mark. So the Scotch repositionable tape is really good. Oh, Denise has got coffee and a couple of ginger nuts. Oh, that's the way to go. Have a biscuit, definitely. So these two pieces that we've die cut away, these aren't going to be wasted because these are going to be used on the front of our card. Okay, so I'm popping those just to one side. This is going to go in our main card, but there's something I wanted to just add that I didn't add to the original card. And I forgot to tell you people to get it. So I'm going to take this is my card base. Okay, that we did when we started off. And I'm just going to move this to one side as well, and these bits to one side. I'm moving everything out the way. Can you imagine what's going to happen here now? We're going to get a bit messy. I wanted just to share these with you. These are from our friends at Purlywink. You will have seen us use them before on Create and Craft. Okay, we've got the Colour Pop, which is the cotton white, and we've got the diamond pearl. Now I'm going to use a little bit of Colour Pop white. These are sprays. So yeah, let me shade the sprays with you first. I'm going to take a bit of the grey. So these are actual sprays. Just, you can hear, the ball bearings? And look at that lovely swirl. I'm going to take that hair out of the way. Can you see that lovely swirling, gorgeous pearliness that's going on there when you sort of give that a shake about? The thing with this is the ball bearings are in the bottom and all the mica goes to the bottom. So don't shake it up and down, sort of give it a swirl. I'm getting more bubbles than swirl now, but it is pearly. It's absolutely gorgeous. But let me show you on some cardstock. Let me move this cardstock out of the way because I think there's going to be, I'm going to have spray everywhere. So I'm just going to spray a little bit on here. Now I'm just going to let that settle. So that is on the grey. Just let that settle for a minute. And then on this end, I'm going to put some of the cotton white. Now this is thicker. This is more opaque. So again, get the old ball bearings going. Let's give that, can you see that's more opaque? So it isn't dry, but obviously you can see you've got the more opaque. And then if I bring this up, when it dries, you will see it come out more. And I'm going to probably let that dry, and then I'm going to show you again at the end. So let's put a little bit more of this pearl one on. Oh yes, you can see that pearly coming across. Let's put a bit more on here. And I'm going to put that to one side and let that dry, and I'm going to bring it in right at the end to share with you. But another way you can use them, yes, you've got this, they spray, so you have that. I'm just going to just leave that there to dry nicely. And actually, I'm going to need my towel a minute. Oh, that's it. Everything's gone. It's fine. Are you like me? My craft room starts all nice and tidy, and then I end up crafting in about a 12-inch square. So I decided to do an extra little something on the front. So I've taken the cotton candy, and I'm not going to spray it. I'm going to undo it, and I'm just going to tap it onto my card, because I'm giving the effects of like snow, and because it's so white and opaque, it works really well. So if you're into doing your Christmas cards at the moment, bear this in mind, because I think you might like this. So can you see that I'm not gonna heat dry it. I'm going to let this dry naturally, but you can see how they're slightly domed as well. So I'm going to pop this to one side to dry. I'm going to run out of spaces to dry things shortly, aren't I? But I'll pop it over there so we can carry on. But I just wanted to share those with you so you knew all about them. So next thing we're going to do, let's start off with the front piece. So I've got here a couple of dies I want to share with you as well. So this is the, now Kimberly will correct me with the wording. This is like a cutout die. And am I right in thinking this is the Bethlehem scene, which looks like this when it die cuts out? So we're going to die cut it out the centre there. So let me bring my mat in. But there is also this one here. Now, Kimberly, you'll be able to tell me the right wording for this one, because it's totally gone out my head. So I'm just going to tape that one down. So Kimberly will let me know the wording for this one. This one is longer. The one I've got in a minute, I will measure it. In fact, let me measure it now for you. So this one is 4 inches across, and this one is 5 3/4, just to give you an idea. So let's pass that through the machine. Now, how far did I get with what I was doing? I've got so many things going on. Ah, Bethlehem Skyline, that's it. So you've got Bethlehem Skyline is the strip, and then it's the Bethlehem scene is this one. Oh, can you see how easily this is actually falling out of the die? Look, no problem at all. So these are our own Pink Frog dies, as you know, Britannia. And look, all those little pieces. Let me just get that last window out. Oh, come on, out you come. There we go. You can see that lovely detail going on there. It's absolutely gorgeous. So we've got Bethlehem scene and Bethlehem Skyline. So the other thing I'm going to be using are these. So these are our cut-out dies. Now, if anybody is new to Pink Frog, you're probably thinking, okay, what's that all about then, Dawn? So let me share with you. Let's move that one to one side so I don't confuse you. So let's move that one to one side. So I'm going to share with you. So these are our cut-in, cut-out. So when we talk about cut-in, cut-out, I've got a few here. So I'm just going to share those. Okay, so when you actually get it, you get sort of 2 dies. It's joined, but can you see there's those tiny, let me lay it on, oh no, I can't lay it on there. Let me just lay it in my hand. You've got 3 little nodules of metal, and when it comes, they're joined together. Please, please don't use your best scissors to cut them. Use an old pair of scissors or some metal things to cut them off. And then you've got 2 dies. You've got your circular die and your main die. This is the nativity that I'm going to be using today. Okay, so when we go to die cut, as I'm going to do it today, I'm going to use the 2 together. And that means you're going to cut it out. If you want to cut it into your card, you would only use the centerpiece. Okay, so they do 2 different things. So that's the nice thing about them. They're not just a one-trick pony, because you can use them in so many different ways. And there are lots on the Pink Frog website. There's lots of different varieties. There's snowmen, there's gingerbread men, there's candles. We also do non-Christmas ones. There's animals and things as well that you can use. So there's lots of different varieties that you are going to be able to use. And I'm just going to get some more cardstock. So I'm going to take a bit more of my Miri, because I'm going to cut this out, and I'm cutting it out together. So I'm doing a cut out. So just lay it on my card. I'm going to tape it together. So that can be cut out in one. So pop that through. The nice thing is about them, oh, it doesn't matter when you're late to the party. And that's the one thing to remember. These lives, afterwards, Kim uploads them onto YouTube. So don't forget to check out the Pink Frog YouTube channel, because you'll find them there. So if you are late, don't worry, because you can always go back and re-watch. Now I want to try and keep my tape on here, because I'm going to cut another one out. So can you see just how beautiful they die cut out. Now I'm keeping my tape there because, let me bring my pokey tool, I'm going to cut it out back to front so you can see it both ways. So let me just take the card out of there. Okay, I might keep that little star, might be used for something else. So we started off, we cut it in that way round. I want to have a version that way around now. So if you turn your card over, and I want to put something on here so it doesn't mark my mat, that will do. That can go onto there. Well, no, because that's going to die cut out. I don't want that to die cut out. I'll find something in a minute. So I'm going to pop this onto here, and I've kept that tape the same, so it's not going to move about. All right, I'm looking for, I know what I can use. This would be absolutely perfect. There we go. Good old Super Smooth. So this is our 160 Super Smooth. So I'm just going to cut that in half, because some people say, what happens if you're using Miri and you're going to get all the markings from your cutting mat? Because mine is well used and we have got these in stock. So I'm going to put a little piece of the 160 Super Smooth down, and then that will mean I won't get any markings on my special card. Okay, so we've got one there. And this one is cut, doesn't matter, it's cut through the white as well. And we're just going to peel this back. Let me take this out the way a minute so we're not cluttering the desk up. There we go. So we've got it cut back to front, and that's how you would cut a die back to front. Okay, so if we've got any newbies out there that are joining us, that's how you would do it. So I'm just going to poke those little pieces out, but you can see even cutting it back to front that you don't have any problems with getting that out. All right, if there's any questions, please do just shout out. Okay, and just let us know. All right, so, and that's the piece that's cut out the 160, so it's nearly even gone through the 160. Well, it has, look. That's how good the dies are. It's even cut through the specialist card and 160, and I didn't use a metal plate or anything in my machine. So there you go. It's even cut out of there. Right, so we've got our pieces there ready. So the next thing I'm going to do is to join, well, no, I'm not going to join this on yet. I'm going to join my two pieces together. So I've just got myself, just out of my craft stash, just some very fine silver twine. Now you could use any twine that you've got or anything from your craft stash. You could even use embroidery thread, okay, or a very fine wool. It hasn't got to be anything special, so don't go panicking thinking you've got to buy something special, because you do not. So I'm going to take some very thin red line tape. I've got a 3mm here, so let me just chop that end off. There we go. So we'll have a little piece of that on there. I'm going to put a piece just on the bottom and another piece on the top. Oh, stay there. Okay, I'm just going to burnish that down a little bit, you know me, just to get that stuck in to the fibres of the paper. And then I'm going to take that off and take this one off. And then I'm going to get my twine and I'm going to go roughly in the centre. And then I'm going to pop another little piece over the top, she says, if I find the end. There we go. I'm going to put another little piece over the top so I know it's held. And over the top of there. There we go. And then we're going to glue this together. Oh, I've got a beautiful sunset outside my craft room window. Beautiful. When I started, the sun was streaming in here and I thought, oh, I'm going to have to block it out, which is a bit of a shame. But it soon turns dark, doesn't it? Right, so I'm just going to take that backing off there. Didn't burnish that down, did I? You see, it just shows you you're better off to burnish it down. There we go, that's one. And there's two. So it's just to give sort of belt and braces to my cord, is why I've done this. Okay. And then I'm going to go in with my glue. I'm going in with the blue one because I'm going to put it on the desk, because if you put with the glue, if you put your hand on the desk, you have a bit more control. And if you are worried, can you see I'm just going in with tiny dots? That's another little top tip. If you want to go in with tiny dots, you'll find you've got more control than trying to keep a straight line. So my hand's resting on the desk and it means I've got more control. But the bottles, because they're nice and squeezy, you can see how the nice and squeezy they are. It does help and it just makes it a joy to get those out. So I've got that all on there. I'm going to take my reverse cut one now. I'm going to pick this up and I'm going to match this on top of here. So I'm just matching it together. There we go. And yes, we'll give that a little burnish. But can you see, by having that 160 super smooth just down on my cutting mat, that saved me getting all those cut marks on my lovely mirror. So you can see you've got your nice Twizzler hanging. And I've got a little bit there on there. If you get a little bit of glue on your mirror, just wipe it. I've just got a microfiber craft cloth. Just give it a little wipe off and polish and you're absolutely good to go. But that's given us our spinner. So you can see with these cut out dies, they make lovely Christmas decorations too. So this is what I mean with them. So not only can you use them on your cards, you can cut into your cards, you can cut out of your cards and stick them on. You've got little decorations you can make with them. There's lots you can do with these. Let me just put the glue back on there. So we've made our twizzly bit. So now let's go back to our card construction. So do you remember when we did the middle piece, we didn't do that centre fold? So let me bring my board in again, and we need to do a score line at 18 centimetres. So I'm just going to go there. And then if I run it all the way down here, and go there. But that just meant I didn't have that fold on the centre of my actual card. So let's give that a little burnish too. There we go. Let's just pop that both ways. And then we can start sticking this together. So this is what is going to be like the inside of my card, if you like. I'm just trying to think which way, whether I'm doing my stamping now. No, we'll do stamping in a minute. So before I actually stick the next piece on top, I'm going to put some red line tape on here. I'm going to go for something a bit thicker this time. Let's go with the 6. So a little bit of red line tape there. And a little bit of red line tape there. So we can stick our mechanism down first. Okay. So get it sort of centralised to where you want to have it. Let's go up a little bit. It's not quite in the centre. There we go. Don't worry about the little tails hanging at the moment. We need it to have it a bit taut. Let's just go a little bit taut. Oh, that one moved. Right, I'm going to stick one at the top first, so it's holding it in place. Let's stick that on there. And now I can pull this taut because that one's definitely not going anywhere. That's it. And that will be in place. And then what we're going to do is, so this is the sort of the inside part of the card. Or, you know, the bit you're not going to see behind the pop-out bit. So now we need to attach our mirror, but we're going to put that down that way. So where's my other glue? I filled my glue bottles up before I started. So again, just go around with little dots. And then I'm going to pick this up and just go on the outside edge. And the great thing about the EVA glue is I know it's going to stick this with no problem at all, which a lot of glues don't like being stuck to mirror card. Okay, so this is where I've just got to sort of judge it. Let me just flip it over before it sticks that red line tape. Let's come over this way a little bit more. So my red line tape, let's pull off. No, that's going down. That's fine. So you've got that little border around. And again, if you've got any that's come out, just wipe it with your cloth. There we go. And then I can, where I've got those score lines, I can then just fold that as well. But when you look from the back, people can't see the mechanism. So I can snip those little tails off now. I'm going to put my sentiments on here. How we're doing for time. So for sentiments, I have gone with Merry Christmas Across the Miles, because I thought having the little sort of the Bethlehem look, I think that looks very nice. So let me bring in my boards, because I've got some boards here. So there's your Across the Miles. That's how that's going to die cut out. And then your Merry Christmas. Now, Pink Frog do 2 lots of Merry Christmas. You can have different sizes. I've gone for the bigger one. So can you see you've got the 2 sizes? We've got Happy, Merry and Christmas. So I've gone for the larger ones so we can have those stuck in. Okay, so let me pop. Where did my other bit of... Oh, there it went. Let's die cut those out. I've got some already, but I want you to see how nicely they do die cut out. So let's pop Merry and Christmas on here for you. Okay, and we'll pop those through the machine. I've got some ready as well. We've got a couple of little extra bits I want to do with it. So let me pop the lid on my glue. Always remember to wipe your ends with the glue as well. Ooh. There we are. Let's have a little look. There you go. See, that's how easily they do die cut. An absolute dream. And it's a nice font as well. So they're a good size and you've got a nice font going on there. So to me, that's a win-win in my book, definitely. So let me get my pokey tool. So let's poke that out so you can see how nicely that die cuts. Then just poke out that Merry. Those 2 bits on the Merry. There we go. There's one. And then on there as well. And I've lost my little tittle, but luckily I've got another one. Now you're probably thinking, okay, what's the little tittle? Anyway, the little tittle is the dot that goes on the top. So, because you've got to have your tittle. So let's stick these down. Now, I like to use my tweezers for this. And I am going to go in with my glue bottle with my blue nozzle because it's finer. And just again, I'm doing little, hoping you can see, let me put it against the pink, little dots every now and again, just gently, gently on there. That's it. And then we'll pop that one onto there. Doesn't that look classic on that pink? It looks absolutely gorgeous. I went with the pink because I thought it's quite a contemporary look for Christmas. I think Christmas cards colour-wise have changed so much. But the nice thing with Pink Frog is you've got all those colours. So the size that I'm working with today, you know you can get in all the range of colours that Pink Frog do. So don't worry if it's not a colourway that you want to have for your Christmas cards. So there's Merry Christmas. And over here I have already die cut my Across the Miles. So because I lost my little tittle, which is your little dot on your eye, I can just bring it in here. And it's going to go round the wrong way. It's still not going to go around the right way, Dawn. Isn't that annoying when that happens? There we go. Let's just pick him up and pop him in there. And then I've also die cut Across the Miles. So let's pop this on the other side. This is the same font, but smaller. But it still means you can go in with your blue glue bottle. No problem at all. I must admit, little sentiments like this. I don't know where I would be without my fine nozzle bottles. So that's across. And let's have the. And it's nice they all come separately. So if you don't want to have it in a long line, like I don't want to, we can put it how we want it. So that's another win-win for me. So is everybody all right? I'm sure Kimberly is taking care of you all with your questions. I haven't looked up any of them. I will be, I'll go on afterwards. You know I like to go on afterwards and catch up with the chat. And then my little dot on the eye. Let's get this one turned over. This one's got electric under it, I think. There we go. Round the right way. So we've got our sentiment on now. Let's move all this out of the way. I seem to be cluttering up the decks. Let's pop my lid on my glue. Right. Let's do a little bit of stamping now. Let's move that out the way. And these out the way. So, does look pretty, doesn't it, with the mirror on top of the pink there. I think it does look gorgeous. Now the stamp set I'm going to use this afternoon, just to finish this off, is from the Ticket Express, because it's got this lovely star. Okay, and I'm going to use a silver ink pad, and I'm just going to stick, or just stamp, just a couple of little stars just to finish that off on the inside. I could have heat embossed them. That is something else I could have done, but I thought I'm going to keep the colour theme going of the pink with the silver. And I haven't forgotten, I'm going to share with you in a minute as well, this the lovely Pearly Wink spray. I'm just looking at them out the corner of my eye. They look amazing. Now, I know you should take your ink pad to the stamp, but when you've got a stamp this small, it's easier to do it like that, which is a lovely. I'll leave that on there for a minute. So that part's already done. And then I am going to do a bit more stamping. So, remember we did our piece on the front of our card. What I am going to do from the Ticket Express again is I'm going to take the other star stamps. It's this long one here. I love this. This is where the stamp sets, they just get timeless because you're going to use them again and again. So this time I'm going to do a little bit of stamping just on the edge here. Now it doesn't look a lot at the moment because it hasn't dried, but once it's dry, it looks fabulous. So that down on there. And I'm going to do the same the other side. Set that one on there. And that one on there. Okay. Let me just wipe my mat. So I'm using, if anybody's thinking, this is the blending mat from Pink Frog. So this is a good addition because if you want to do messy things and you don't want to mess up your craft mat, you haven't got to. So I'm just going to pop that to one side so we can start bringing this together. So when we do a what we call a pop-out card, what we do is we fold these two pieces in, and you normally stick them right to the very edge. Now, if I stick it right to the very edge, can you see what's going to happen? My ornament's going to stick out. So we're actually going to stick it in a bit. So I'm going to come roughly about there. So I'm going to stick one down first. I'm going to get my yellow this time. Oh, better make sure I've got my, nearly did it back to front. That wouldn't be very good, would it? So I want that on the front. So let's start with the back one here. So glue all the way around the edge and a little squiggle in the middle. Okay, I can see where my ornament's going to come. So I'm just going to line that up. So it's not going to poke out. And actually I need to come up just a bit because I'm not level. There we go. Burnish. And then if we fold this one flat and do exactly the same again. And then this time, if you close your card, and give this a little burnish down, you've got that pop out mechanism going on with your lovely spinner going on there. And let's lay this down. Let's finish this off. So while I'm going to stick the next bit on, I'm going to bring this in so you can see. Oh my word. Look at this. So this one was the, I'll lay it down that way so you can see. That was the diamond pearl, and it's going to roll everywhere. And that one was the colour pop. So that is on the grey. So that's giving you an idea of what they look like. They're still going to roll. I'm going to finish my card off. I just thought I'd put that on there so you could see. And then I'm going to stick my Bethlehem scene onto that piece. So we haven't wasted any of the elements that we've die cut out with that oval stitch die. Okay. So we haven't wasted any of those elements because we've used them. So it's a nice, classic, clean look. And I think that rainbow looks absolutely amazing on that pink. So if you've got any glue, just wipe it with your cloth. Having gluey fingers doesn't help. Now I can 3D this onto here, or I can have it flat. Now, if you're posting, you may wish to have that flat, okay? And then when you open it up, you've got all that drama with a flat card. But I think because I've got foam pads, let's use foam pads. And the ones I'm going to use are, these are the new ones that we've had in. If some of you have watched the lives up to now, you have probably seen them. If I just tear some off. So these are the ones that have got, they're not 25 by 25. These are narrower. These are 12 by 25. So you'll see that they're a narrower look. But again, you've got that easy finger lift to remove those. All right. So they're great to use. And you get, I want to say, Kimberly will correct me. How many do we get on a roll, Kimberly? She'll remind me. It's probably on my packaging, actually. No, it's not on my packaging. So I'm just putting the lid on my glue. So you've got the easy finger lift tabs off these, so which makes it absolutely perfect. So if you're not wanting to do 3D, you haven't got to worry at all. Okay, let's pop that to one side. Oh, we get 1,000. Thank you, Kimberly. We get 1,000. So I'm going to pop that in the middle. There you go. So I'm just going to bring this up to the camera a little bit more so you can see. So that is the diamond pearl. And then that one is the cotton white, which we splattered onto the card. So we didn't spray it, we splattered. Okay, so you've seen both of those. And then our card is all finished. Now, the one thing I haven't done with you is I haven't done any more folds, but I'm looking at the time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you the rest of the folds with finished samples. How about that? So we've got our lovely pop-out card with our spinny cut out lovely nativity. I think this is a gorgeous nativity die. I think it's just classy. It's not over the top. It's just nice and sweet and beautiful. So you've got our pop-out card there. So let me bring in the rest of the card folds that we haven't done. So we've now done our pop-out. Let me see if I can remember all of these. Sorry, I haven't got round to doing the rest of the folds, but your crib sheet comes in with your 12 by 36 card. Let me bring those gorgeous colours. So this is the tonal card. Now the tone, obviously got different colours from Pink Frog, but what we're concentrating on this afternoon is the lovely tonal kit. And don't forget to check out your emails, because you've got a 10% discount code on there. It changes each month, so please do check out your emails, and there will be a special offer on this weekend as well, so check out your emails on a Friday. This one is the easel card. So again, using the greys, I've used the rainbow mirror here, and remember that lovely white non-shed glitter that goes through your die cut machine. I've used that as well, and on the lettering, look how nice that non-shed glitter absolutely die cuts those gorgeous words. This scene, Kimberly will remind me of the name of this one. It's gone out of my head, but this again is a lovely die because it cuts that background out, very similar to the Bethlehem scene. So you've got that lovely another take on a Christmas one that you can use there. So there's your easel. Let's bring in another one. This one is an easel without a mat. So this one you have to use an extra mat. This one is all made out of one card. And I must thank the design team, Karen and Hev, for helping me out with the samples for these. So that's that one. And then we've got the beautiful Z fold. Lovely Z fold card there. That looks amazing. And this is it. Get all your dies out. Get your stamps out. Get your papers out. Have fun with these. And then we've got the inverted stepper as well, which is just amazing. So I'm going to turn the camera around so I can just see you all. And I'm just going to try and gather these other cards up so you can tell me which you think is your favourite. So let me see. Oh, Village. That's the one. That's the Village scene. Thank you, Kimberly. Right, let's turn this camera around. There we go. There, I can see you all. Village scene, that's what it is. Look at my messy craft room. So there you go. That is the Village scene, if you like that one as well. So that one was your easel with a mat. And then in the folds as well, you also have an easel card that you can make. But it's all made from one sheet of card. So that's without a mat. And again, that's another one that folds nice and flat for postages in a bit smaller size if you wish as well. So we've obviously got our lovely pop out that we've just made. That's with 2 cards. We've got the inverted stepper, the Z fold. It's hard to choose which is your favourite, really. I think they all lend themselves to different ideas, don't they? That's the Z fold. This is the tri-fold that Karen made with that lovely as a gift card, and she's bringing back the peel-offs. Karen's on a mission to bring back the peel-offs. And then we've got the double gatefold, again, that makes a nice small card that can be posted. And then we've got the normal gatefold, which still ends up as that 5x7 card size. And then you've got your tent fold, and it's got that lovely snowflake tree that we used the other day on there. But remember, with this card size, you can have it this way round as your tent fold or half fold card, but you can quite easily go this way round. So you've got your 5x7 landscape card as well. So I hope you've all enjoyed today's craft along. If you haven't signed up for the Pink Frog newsletter, please do, because you don't want to miss out on those 10% discount codes that come each month, and also knowing what our deal of the weekend is. The deal of the weekend starts at 12 o'clock on a Friday, right through until 6 p.m. on a Monday. Kimberly will correct me if I'm wrong. I'm just seeing if I've forgotten anything else. No. If you haven't signed up for our YouTube channel, Pink Frog's YouTube channel, please do. So if you go to Pink Frog and put in YouTube, you can press subscribe and you can see all the craft alongs that are going on. If you've missed any of the craft alongs or you'd like to watch it back again, if you go to the Pink Frog website and go Craft Along with Claire and Dawn, you'll see all the different craft alongs. Just press on there. You'll see the shopping list of items we've used. And Kim has also embedded the video on there as well. So you can watch it back as many times as you like. So all that's going on. Now, I did write down, and I put it somewhere safe, the lovely Claire is going to be back with you on Monday. And Claire is going to be doing 13 by 26 centimetre card blanks. Don't worry and think, oh, what does that make? In old money, it's a 5x5 card. So it's a lovely size card to work with. But again, because it's card blanks, you're going to get that crib sheet with all those folds to make all different types of card in there. Okay, so Claire is on Monday with 13 by 26 card. I will be back with you next Wednesday, and I will be doing I've done the 5x7. It's gone out my head. I've done the 5x7 landscape. I'm going to do the 5x7 portrait with you next Wednesday. So I've got our 5x7s coming out my head, and I haven't got a card to show you as a sneak peek, but what I am going to tell you is we're going to do a bit of heat embossing with white, and we're going to do a bit of faux bleach as well. So just watch this space, because we've got this lovely colour card. So we're going to do a bit of the faux bleaching as well. So I will see you next Wednesday. Thank you all for watching, and do stay safe if you've got snow, like we've still got snow here. I think it'll be gone in a day or two. And look after yourselves, and I'll see you very soon. Bye for now.